Yes, Thursday training. All right, my minions. Another glorious and fantabulous Thursday to do training. I'm going to continue off this this training kind of with getting into the military, getting into law enforcement, private security, private military, things of that nature. You know, and the reality is, first I want to say, forgive my voice. I've got cooties, and my kids have cooties, and my kids gave me their cooties, and it's my fault because, you know, a good parent teaches their children to share. So, but yeah, sore throat just is not good. It's just back and forth weather. Virginia, it's horrible. I don't believe in Virginia weather anymore. It's lied to me way too many times. It's just, but anyways, I'm trying to get through this as best I can. But yeah, cooties for everybody. So, but anyways, but yeah, getting in. I covered push-ups before. Now we work on sit-ups. Now a lot of branches are going away. Military branches are going away from sit-ups. Like the Army, they changed their core routine, their core workout for their testing. The Navy, they're going away from sit-ups. I don't know if that's official yet, but they're going away from sit-ups, doing more planks. They might be changing for Marines, Air Force, Space Force, Coast Guard, whatever. Excuse me. But that being said, most law enforcement agencies still associate with sit-ups. You're going to have to do them. It's still going to be required in some of the military and even some private security and private military companies. That being said, get used to them. You're going to have to do them. You're trying to get in, trying to better yourself. There's nothing wrong with sit-ups if done right. But I'm going to show you how to, get the most out, like anything else, get the most out of your workout, get the most out of the efforts that you're putting forth, and also show you how to, I want to say, cheat the system, but you're going to work and train harder than the actual test itself. And that way you can just burn straight through them and blow those numbers out of the damn water. So, yeah, we're going to give you some tips on that. I'm also going to show you some variations and some different workouts, some details that will help in, just strengthen your abs. But remember, 360. If you work one side, you got to work the other. So we're going to get into, not right now, not in this video, but we're definitely going to get into some back exercises, things of that nature. You work one side, you got to work the other. One body, one unit. With that being said, here's some things that are definitely going to help you out. You tell me if this has helped you. Now, if you fell into this pitfall before, I used to have this habit, of the years that I was in the military. You would do your push-ups, you would do your sit-ups, and you go to do your run. But the problem is, typically when you're doing these things, you're doing sit-ups, you have a partner. And that partner is holding your feet, and okay, it's no big deal. But when you have that anchor, you're inclined to actually use your quads a lot more than your abs. And it's a problem because now you're burning out your quads. And I'm sure you've gotten up before, and you might not be able to see this, but you've gotten up and your legs just feel like jello because you burnt them out on your sit-ups. Well, then now you still got that 1.5 mile, 2 mile, 3 mile run ahead of you. And you're trying to get your legs to function how they need to function. That's a problem. However, I'm going to show you how to fix that. Not only will it make your sit-ups and your abs stronger and more efficient, it'll also save your legs so you're not burning them out come time to do the run. When you're doing sit-ups or doing the core exercise, you really should only be your hip flexors maybe and your abs are the only things that should be working during that activity. You don't want to be burning your legs out, turning your legs into jello, and then you got to go run. It does not help you at all. So, let's break this down. First, what you need to be doing is what's called unassisted sit-ups. You're here. You're back. Now, like anything else, full flexion, full extension, but you want to bring your legs out a little bit. The further in, the harder it is. The further out, the easier it is. You want about midway. Now, different branches, different companies, wherever may have different regulations. So like I know the Navy, they require you to put your hands on your shoulders. I believe the Army has it behind your head and you're coming all the way up. So either way, do what you're accustomed to doing. Obviously, you want to prepare for what you're training for what you're actually going to be testing. I like to have my hands on my head. But then you're going all the way up, all the way down. You're not no kipping. You're not rocking up. You're using your core strength. So again, if you need it to be a little easier, then bring your legs out. As you get used to it, you can increase the difficulty as you need to. If you're coming all the way up, if your hands are behind your head, you want your elbows touching the tops of your knees, all the way up. I like to come up, but I'm still up over my knees, all the way up as I can. And ease yourself down. Do not slam your back down. Work your core going up, work your core going down. Inhale going up. Or a few more inhale. Correct myself, sorry. You're going to exhale coming up. So you're going to breathe first. Exhale going up. Breathing coming down. Breathing coming down. You want the top of your back touching the ground. Full flexion, full extension. Try to keep your heels on the ground. Try not to allow them to lift up as you're coming back down. Complete core strength. Now what does this do? All right, full flexion, full extension. So I'll take Navy for example, Navy standards. You have your hands on your shoulders. So if you're going to do full flexion, full extension, come up, your elbows need to touch the tops of your knees. And then come down, up, down. Now, how does this help? Well, how is this training harder? Well, one, so Navy stands for most part, they want the mid of your back to touch the ground. You're not going all the way down. And then your elbows just have to touch your mid leg. So you're literally just, if you can burn through those numbers, no big deal when you're used to doing full flexion and full extension. You're training harder now. Like anything else, like push-ups, you're doing 100 plus sit-ups. That's a measure of endurance, not strength. Get that. But you can slow it down, we'll add resistance and turn it into a strength exercise to a degree. Obviously there's the cap on it, it's got its limitations. But when we did push-ups, I showed you push-ups, there's 4 second push-ups. Well, guess what? There are 4 second sit-ups as well. Same thing. And you just count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you can go and do an 8 second sit-up, 8 second push-up, things of that nature. That's the basic sit-up for your test, or what you're going to be testing on. Now, as you're trying to develop your core strength, things of that nature, you're going to want to change it up. I like to do what's called half sit-ups. To me, they're better than crunches. Same concept of sit-ups, you're getting the same dynamic in, but it really harnesses and focuses your core. And basically what you're doing with that is, and I'll do this at various different angles to help you. You're gonna have your hands on your hips, elbows on the ground. Your elbows never leave the ground. Your heels, think of it as digging your heels in sand. Okay? You dig your heels in sand, they're planted there. And you're literally raising your body up as far as you can without moving your elbows. So you're here, and you're up, down, up, down. You feel it's like almost cramping concentration of muscle contracting in your abs. So now raise your elbows are planted on the ground, your heels are planted on the ground. No kipping. Use the muscles that need to be working your abs to pull your body up. Your chin is a guide. Your chin should be in line with your sternum. Make sure you're not working one side more than the other. Coming up. All the way up, all the way down. So those are half sit-ups from the beginning. Now, you can do the same thing from side to side, working your obliques. Bringing those knees over. Hands here, hands behind your head. Twisting your body. You're focusing on your side. And you're basically just bringing your... This takes some work, some tweakings to get used to it. But again, you're using the muscles to pull you up. Same for the other side. You're using the muscles to pull you up. Don't heave yourself up. Engage the muscles. It will take some moving around to get it just right for your body. But remember what I said, I'm always telling you. Know the muscles you're working. If you're not feeling those muscles engaged, you might need to make some adjustments. You might need to make some tweaking. Half sit-ups are awesome. Leg lifts are good. The problem with leg lifts is you're trying to work the lower half of the lower portion of your abs, as well as you're going to work some of your hip flexors as well. Leg lifts and flutter kicks are very good for that. Leg lifts, what I like to do is, obviously you need to feel the muscles engaged. I'm actually kind of lifting my head up as I'm doing it. And there's a gap underneath here. I allow my back to bend naturally. Coming up. You can lift your butt up a little bit. Try to keep your legs straight. Keep my head hands behind my head. I'm looking all the way up. My neck's not touching the ground, and there is that bend in my spine. It really focuses your lower abs to actually feel what's going on and really engage. Flutter kicks, what everyone likes. 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 3. 4 count flutter kicks. We're not doing little minis. We're not doing that. Again, you need to be looking forward. Your head should not be on the ground. Your head should never be on the ground. You should be working everything that you can be working at once. Get the most out of your workout. Don't necessarily hold your head up, but your hands could be behind your head. About 6 inches. Feet should be about 6 inches off the ground. And you're doing big kicks. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not doing little minis. We're not doing that. Full flexion, full extension. Obviously, we'll change it up, can do little burnouts and things of that nature. But right now, we're just going over the basics. So, big kicks. It's good. It focuses your core a little bit. Your upper abs, because you're looking up, your head's up, everything's engaged, everything's nice and tight. But that will focus your hip flexors and your lower abs more. Those are things you don't have to get used to. Those are exercises you can use to change it up. Now, I'm going to go over planks with you as well, for the simple fact that a lot of agencies and branches are shifting away from sit-ups to planks. It's just like doing the push-up. Exactly how I showed you with the push-up. Hands about shoulder width apart. Hips Your hips can't sway from side to side. Hips need to be nice and aligned, not too far down, not too far up. Obviously not all the way up, but not too far up. You want that nice neutral spine. And you're holding it, and your core and everything's engaged. Your abs are engaged. Head up, and your head down. Do not try to look all the way up to the ceiling. Neutral spine, everything aligned with one another. Neutral spine. You'll eventually get used to it. But this is basically what it should look like. Those are high planks. They might need you to do low planks, which is, low planks are a little bit harder than high planks. But it's the same concept, you're just on your forearms. Everything should be engaged, everything should be straight. Neutral spine. And there you have it. Some quick things that I like to do. When you have V-ups, you have windshield wipers, you have toe touches, you have dead bugs, which I like to throw in there when I'm doing a core workout for people, for my students. But basically, toe touches are good. It really works side to side motion. You're here, and you're just touching. If you need more of a bend, then bring your feet out more. Not so much, you do burn up. But that's basically all you're doing. Heads up off the ground, core is tight, side to side. Dead bugs. Think of a dead bug or a spider, and you kill it, it curls up. That's basically the concept of dead bugs. You're here. Arms and legs go out, and you're coming up, curling it. Out, in, out, in. Nothing rests on the ground. Dead bugs. Those are good for once you've done an exercise or two already and your muscles are starting to get fatigued. Those are good to throw in there. Good dead bugs. There are different plank variations. I showed you last week we were doing push-ups to push-up planks, coming up and down. Fantabulous work to do. V-ups. Rest of your here. Think of this trying to touch your toes while you're laying down. Come out more. If you want harder, you're starting out straight. And trying to keep your legs as straight as possible. So, you're limited, like before I've told you, you're limited to your imagination and your imagination only. So, there we have it. So this is a few sample exercises. We'll get into some advanced stuff much later. I'm going to show you starfish planks. My students always love those. But anyways, that's all I have for you right now. I'm gonna try to nurse this cold. This is the cooties that I have. I'm trying to get rid of these. My children love me. They share with me everything. Next week, I'm really trying to get a speed walking video out to y'all. It's lovely. It's sexy walking. It's fantabulous. But it'll definitely benefit many people, especially when it comes to DOD standards for cardio. But anyways, thank you for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for being here with Nemesis Group. Please like and subscribe and share and like and subscribe and subscribe and like and subscribe and comment, follow, all that good stuff. I greatly appreciate it. I love you all, and I will see y'all next time. Thank you very much. And